welcome back, and we're talking all about the new iPad this morning, all the new features, what's different, is it cooler, is it better, and here to talk to us about that is Lisa Marie Gomez from all the way to San Antonio. She came with us, and she's with AT&T. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And you know, we're talking to people on Facebook. They all want to know all sorts of questions about this new iPad. Yes. They're a little skeptical. For instance, Jose Solis, his name is, and he's talking about LTE. Is it LTE ready? What does that mean?
Right.
LTE.
Here in the Valley, just for the viewers to know, you have 4G. 4G, basically there's 3G, there's 4G, there's 4G LTE. It can be kind of confusing.
Right.
Basically, 4G is the fastest speed out there. It's just the latest generation of the speed and networks.
Right.
So when you go to San Antonio, for example, we have 4G LTE. This new iPad can talk to the network faster, if you will. So for example, when you want to download a movie, on a 3G network it would take up to about an hour, but on 4G LTE it only takes about 10 minutes. Here in the Valley you have 4G. This new iPad is perfect for that because it basically means that any kind of gaming, any kind of movies that you want to download, it will just work quicker. And I mean, that's really what it's about. Anytime that you want to make a decision to upgrade your tablet, to upgrade a phone, it's all about speed. There's no reason to go in and upgrade something unless you can download your fun stuff quicker.
Right. And I think that's the biggest concern, I think, for a lot of us that are iPad owners. Is it worth the upgrade? Is it worth going to go buy the new one? But obviously faster is always better. I think
better.
Any techie can tell you this. Let's compare. I mean, I have the original. This is going way back, sort of. And I mean, it is a lot heavier for sure than this one. You know, the graphics you said are also very different.
Right.
If you want to hold it up, and you can see right there, just right off the bat, the difference, the thickness from the first one to the second one. And
what you can't tell is the lightness, but I mean, you and I are holding, we can hold these and you can definitely tell the difference. It definitely has a better screen, so you can see things sharper.
Right.
It's hard to demonstrate that on TV right now because it just looks the same over the tube. But you know, really, again, the biggest difference between why would you want to go to an AT&T store and purchase one of these? If you want speed and if you want to connect to the fastest network out there, this is the way to go.
And are you guys the only ones offering that 4G capability here in the Valley?
Yes, right now we are.
Oh, okay. So one more incentive to want to go to AT&T.
That's right.
And just to touch on real quick, the iPad 2 also is a little thicker than this one. So this is yet thinner than the iPad 2.
Right, and like the iPad 2, it has a camera, so you can do iChat. You can communicate with your friends via Skype. My daughter, for example, takes flute lessons, and so we have the iPad 2 and the iPad 1.
Okay.
We virtually don't even use the iPad 1 anymore, but we do use this one for that. So you can use it for all kinds of things. People are asking about, well, how do you get LTE? And one of the cool things about this new iPad is, let's say you're going to San Antonio for a game. You click on Settings, you go to Cellular Data, and you see this thing that's called Enable LTE. You just push it on, and boom, it goes right to LTE. You have to be in an area that has 4G LTE, like San Antonio, Houston, Austin, Dallas. Right. And then you will be able to tap into that faster service. But in the meantime, you have access to your 4G network here in the Valley. And one of the fun things that we were doing a little while ago, we're having so much fun playing with this. So you have the iPad 1, you have the first one, and I have the new one. Yeah. So we were doing this test. So we're going. We're
going to iTunes.
iTunes. Right. And then we decided to play around with the Muppets. So ready? 1, 2, 3. Hit View.
Mine's loading.
Yeah. Mine's there.
Mine's still loading.
Mine's still there. And now hit Preview. Ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
All right. Now, just to remind folks,
there it is.
Yeah, you are already good to go. I have the original iPad 1, and you can trace that just a tad there, Lisa. There we go. And see, you're up and running. I'm still loading.
Right. And that's a good example of how fast the new iPad is in conjunction with the AT&T 4G network. And that's just, you see, I'm still loading. You're still thinking.
There we go.
And so And that's what it's all about. It's speed, connectivity, how fast is it? I know I've been reading some of your comments on Facebook. People are asking about that. There's no reason to upgrade unless you can get faster connectivity.
Right.
And that's one of the things that we have to offer with this new iPad. It's one of the reasons why we had a record-breaking sellout on the first day on Friday when it first became available to people, and we had so much interest in it.
3 million sold in 3 days. I mean, that's crazy.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal. We had a lot of interest gearing up for this, a lot of phone calls, and we're just so excited to have it available for everybody.
And just to remind folks again, AT&T is the only one that's offering the 4G network here in the Valley.
Well, Verizon also has 4G LTE here in the Valley. The difference is that when you leave the Valley, our iPad reverts to 4G, theirs reverts to 3G.
Oh, so that's the catch.
That's the catch, is that when you leave the Valley, theirs goes to 3G, ours stays with 4G. So which one would you rather have? You can download your movies faster.
Okay.
That's the difference between it downloading from an hour to 10 minutes. So you would rather go on the 4G.
Perfect, and you cleared up a lot of the confusion that was out there. Thank you so much, Lisa Marie, for making it early this morning.